everybody, so today is the turn of Gucci with the holiday releases. So I've got the eyeshadow, I've got both the blushes, I've also got one of the lipsticks, and I've got the lip gloss. So I'm going to be trying all of these on for you today, showing you swatches and how all of this looks together on my face. And if you're new here, hi, my name's Hannah, I'm 47, I'm not a professional, just somebody who really loves makeup and beauty. Here on my channel I like to review the latest products for you, show you some of my favourite looks, give you any beauty news you might be interested in. If you think this sort of content would interest you, please do like and subscribe, it's super helpful to my channel. And if you're already subscribed, welcome back to my channel and thank you so very much for returning, I do appreciate you all so much. And my skin tone, if that's helpful to you, I've got fair to light skin with neutral undertones. Anyway, that's enough about me, let's get on with this video. So for me, this is the first one that really screams Christmas. When I saw this first advertised, they just look more Christmassy. So that does make them a little bit specific to Christmas, but the actual colours of the blushes are not. These can be used all year, that's for sure. Maybe this one is a bit Christmassy party, but then that's what this is about really, isn't it? So sometimes it's good to get an all year wear out of these though, which I definitely think you could get with the blushes, but let's try them on before I make my mind up on that. But anyway, before I actually look at anything or try anything on, I've done a swatch video of everything in this collection, so I'm going to play that full swatch video for you first before I start. So here's that video. So what do you think of that? It is a pretty collection, isn't it? So I'm going to look first at this eyeshadow palette. I've just lost the brush. So it comes with this little brush inside here, one that I personally would not be using, but I suppose you could take it with you. I always tend to just throw these like so many of us do, but anyway. So the packaging on this, I have to say, feels very lightweight, thin plastic, and not that luxe, but it looks pretty. But it doesn't have that sort of heavy luxe feel. It does feel a little bit cheap plasticky, which is a shame, but I do love it. I love the way it looks, so I don't know. So here it looks, here's how it looks, sorry, when I open it. So you've seen it now fully swatched. So I'm going to try all of these on. We've got the 3 shimmers and just the 1 matte here. So this costs £54.79, a very precise figure for you there. And this was available on the Gucci website in the UK, and I think it launched in Nordstrom in the US. I've put links below for you anyway. It's probably launched elsewhere in the US by now, but that's where I first saw it. So this is described as a limited edition eyeshadow palette adorned with captivating red and gold hues, designed for the festive season to evoke moments of joyful connection through shared gazes. And the shades in this, we have a fiery coral, which is the vibrant coral shade, a royal bronze, the rich brown, a soft burgundy, which is a deep burgundy, and the pink glow, which is a soft shimmering pink. And these formulas are made in Italy, so that's good news. You get 6 grams of products in here, and it says it's got a 24-month shelf life, which, going by the shelf life lately, that's actually really good. So this should last you quite a while, so you can use it next Christmas. So let's get this one straight on my eyes. I'm starting with my Refa 01 and I'm going to use the matte now. I'm just going to start with a little tap, but I think from swatching it's not terribly scary. No, it's not. That's good. So I'm having to try yet another red, which is not my favourite colour for the crease, but hopefully with all the other colours, which I do love, it'll all come together, because a little bit of red with Christmas shades I do like. But this is quite a soft matte. It's definitely not very pigmented, so good news for some, not so good for others, I suppose, because I'm going in for the third time now, and that's the sort of pigment I'm getting. So perfect for a transition though for me. And I'm taking it on the Rephr 3. I am tapping off, but there's literally nothing coming off. There is no fallout whatsoever. It's a very nice matte, very, very easy to work with, very smooth and soft, and no fallout at all. Like I said, nothing comes off when I tap. So buildable, easy to work with, music to my ears. Especially when it's a shade like this, because I do not want this to be really pigmented, and I certainly don't want it to be falling out down my cheeks. That would be a disaster. So that is described as a deep burgundy, but built up quite a bit. It's not very deep, is it? So on the eyes, I don't think this looks like a deep burgundy at all. It's almost pinky really, quite a pale transition, which like I said is fine for me, but it's not quite as described in my opinion. So now let's try Royal Bronze. So this looks quite goldy, but it's described as a rich brown, which seems a bit strange. I don't know if they've made a mistake there, because how can that be a rich brown? Anyway, let's see. I'm going to start this by putting a little bit in the outer V. Now I would say I would probably on the everyday go with one or the other of these and then use this to brighten up. But I want to show you all of the shades today. I say that, I often change my mind once I've completed the look, but I actually like them all together. So let's see. Again, I'm not getting any fallout, even though that this is a shimmery shade, so that's good. Working in very nicely there to the matte. And it is giving me that bit of depth in the outer V, which is excellent. I'll just do the same on the other side. And then taking it on the Rephr 3 and running it below just to meet the sort of level there. And again, no fallout, so these are not crumbly at all, these formulas, which is really good. A lot of the looks I've tried so far with these festive releases have left me looking like a complete glitter ball. Admittedly, that's because I've tried multiple ones in one video, so that is why it's been so bad. But this one is giving me glitter just on the eyes, which is perfect. I'm going to go back into this matte with the Rephr 1 and just take it a little bit around the edges again. I think I'm going to go back into this now with my finger and just build it up a little bit more to see if I get a bit more from it with my finger. It's a very sort of elegant shade. It's not one of these real in-your-face ones. It reminds me a bit of the sort of Dior finish and the Chanel finish, which are just not overly bold. So if you like more of a subtle, elegant sort of finish, I think you're going to love this. The formulas are very good. Like I said, no fallout, and they're just not over the top. You could probably wet it or put some sort of primer or something like the Pat McGrath pen underneath the wand, and that might give you a little bit more, but I want to show you how it looks just as it is. I think that's really nice actually so far, the two together. I didn't really like this shade a lot. I thought it was better than I thought it would be, but I like it a lot more now I've added the gold. So now I'm going to try this one. So this is a vibrant coral, which almost seems a strange shade in a sort of Christmas palette to me, but I'm more than happy to be adding a coral because I love coral, and that's actually beautiful alongside that. Well, that's really nice. Oh, that is really nice alongside that. I love that, you know, lovely. So I'm just doing this in sort of center because I want to use the other shade to see if I can use it as a third shimmer on the lid, or is it just a topper in a corner shade, because that will answer the question for me whether I can use just one of these with this, or would it only work in the inner corner. And again, using the Rephr 3 to run this underneath. So now I'm going to go into this last shade, which is the shimmery pink, and now I'm going to take this into the inner corner to see if it works as it is. Yeah, it does actually. That is a pretty combination, but it might be better just as inner corner because I want to keep this Christmassy. I think what I'm going to do before I do the other side is I'm going to actually take the coral across the whole of the eye here. So I've taken the coral across the whole of the eye, and using my BK207, BK Beauty, I'm going to go put the pink just for the inner corner here, so I'm not taking it onto the lid. And this shimmer is not one of these super reflective ones that I really don't like in my inner corner. A lot of the ones I tried from Pat McGrath, for instance, I didn't like in my inner corner, they were just too much. This is quite subtle, much more mature skin friendly for the inner eye, inner corner, I think. It doesn't give a massive pop of light, it's a subtle pop of light, which is probably just about enough. I think it works with this look, and I'm going to run a little bit under the brow as well. So there's the two ways there. So just with it in the inner corner, and this side is with the 3 across. Which do you prefer? I think because we're going for a Christmas look, I think this is more suitable. This pink on the eye, it sort of makes me think more summery. So I think I'm going to match both sides, but that doesn't mean this sort of look doesn't work. Well, like I said earlier, I would probably go with one or the other with this pink. I don't think I would go with all 3. So I'd do the pink alongside the gold, or the pink like this alongside the coral on the eyelid. So now I'll just take it in the inner corner on this side. So my camera cut me off just a bit then. I don't know at what point it cut me off, so apologies if that missed any for you. But I've now balanced out both sides, so we've got the pink in the inner corner both sides, and I've added the coral to run everywhere underneath. Well, not everywhere, from the inner to match up to there, both sides. And that is the final look. I think it's a very pretty look, very easy to put together, very subtle, very elegant. The formulas are very good, there's no fallout, and they're very smooth, very, very easy to work with, very, very user-friendly. I don't think you can go wrong with this one at all. What I would say is there's nothing that makes me think this is a wow. So if you just like soft, subtle elegance, I think you'll love this. But if you're looking for something that's really party, really going to make you think, oh my goodness, this is really impressive, I don't know. I don't think this gives it. But it will make a difference once I've put eyeliner on and mascara. Obviously, I think it really does need both. So I'll be putting black eyeliner in the waterline and above, and mascara on, and then we can be back to see the final look. So that is the final look, adding eyeliner and mascara. Definitely helps a lot, I think, giving it that bit of depth, gives it more of a sort of finished evening look. So pretty subtle sparkle. It is a pretty elegant look, it really is, but it's a very simple one. So if these colours are something you really enjoy, you won't be disappointed with these formulas, and you will find this incredibly easy. It'll be one of the quickest eye looks you can put together. Going by everything I've tested out so far with these Christmas releases, this is probably one of the easiest ones I've used. Very, very, very user friendly, but also very just, I don't know, lacking the wow factor for me. What do you think? Anyway, it is beautiful. I can't say it's bad in any way. It's just there isn't a wow factor for me. It's just an okay colour story, but formulas 10 out of 10. Colour story 7. Anyway, let's move on to the blushes, which is probably the thing I was most excited about, because my favourite blush of the entire year was the Gucci blush last year. It's still my #1. I absolutely love this formula, and straight away this packaging feels a bit heavier. It's the same packaging, but it just feels heavier. It's the same sort of thin plastic, I suppose, but I just love these. I really do. I always go back to mine. I keep adding colours to my collection, so I'm just going to open them up. And this one is the watermelon, and this one is the soft peach. So if I put them next to each other, very different shades. I'm actually hoping they can be used together for me, but obviously you could get one or the other. So the only difference with the other ones is they come in this packaging. So this is the standard. So it's exactly the same packaging, if I get it the right way around, just different colours. And I love this packaging. I love how neat it is. They are so easy to store and they're just cute. I really love them. So very happy they've done this in a Christmassy one, but this can definitely be used all year. And actually one of the ones I've got out here, this one, the only one I took out, is actually an apricot shade. So this one is Tender Apricot. So I got it out to show you it against the Soft Peach. So you can see the two side by side. So there's definitely a difference. The Soft Peach is lighter. I'll swatch the two side by side for you. So this one is the Apricot and this is the Soft Peach. So definitely lighter than that Apricot. So these blushes cost £41 and the description of these basically says limited edition shades, so these might not be lasting. I don't know why and I don't know if that's true, but it says they are limited edition shades. And this is the Smooth Multi-Use Blush that you can use actually on cheeks and eyes. Not something I've ever done actually, using these on the eyes, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. And housed within the vintage inspired golden compact featuring the star pattern, a collectible red and gold. So I've got two almost matching Rapha blush brushes here, so I'll try one on each side first and then I'm going to mix the two together. So I'm going to start with the Soft Peach. Now going by what happened on my hand, I'm really not expecting to see this very much. I'm expecting this to be a very, very soft colour on me, so I can really sweep around in this. And I'm expecting it to be buildable. So this is a very sort of everyday blush shade, I'd say, for me, when you're not looking for too much colour. So you can see that's already given me a little bit of peach, not a lot. And I've got fair skin. I do have a little bit of bronzer on. I should have actually worn no bronzer, shouldn't I? I do have a little bit on, but sorry about that. I forgot. I should have kept it off. Too many reviews in 1 week for me to remember the rules here. Anyway, I'm going to build it up as much as I can because I don't bring bronzer here, so you can see how it looks there completely on my skin. But going by the way that this is building up, that is they are such lovely formulas, honestly. They're the ones that you just sweep on and you don't even feel you need to do much work with them, and they are so beautiful. I love this formula. I don't think I've ever used one of them without going, wow, I love it. Always, always they have that reaction with me. The formulas are gorgeous, they're so easy. But if you have lighter skin than me, you might think this is a great option. I'm not sure if you've got deeper skin than me if this would work for you. But as an everyday blush that's just given me a soft little bit of peach, which is exactly as it's described, I think that's really pretty. So I could go in with a tiny bit more, but I don't think I can build this up much more. I think that's pretty much at the limit. It's building up a bit more actually. So you can see you can get different shades from this, and then you could match it with the eyes. I think that's really, really pretty, and this can be used with pretty much any look. This can be used all year round. Absolutely love that actually, really, really do. So a really good everyday blush shade for me, this one. So now for the Watermelon, which is much deeper, and this is going to suit people who have got deeper skin tones. Might not suit me, might be too bright, but let's wait and see. So I'll take this brush, I'm going to take a lot less, and now, ooh, whoa, okay. I was a little bit too confident then, forgetting I didn't have the peach, even though I just said it, I've got to be careful. Don't do what I just did, because I've got it up here in my eye. I do like to bring blush into the eye area though, that is something I do, so there is a method in the madness here. But as with the other one, it just blends out anyway, so I did have a bit of a shock then, as you saw. But as with every Gucci blush, they just blend straight in and they just melt into the cheeks. They really do. There's something really, really unique and special about the Gucci blush formula. I know in fact, there isn't a blush formula in my whole collection that beats it. It is absolutely stunning. So I don't think this shade is as suited to me, if I'm honest. I don't think it's a bad shade. It's certainly a nice sort of Christmas shade. So that tiny little bit on the brush has given me all of that, which is absolutely enough for me. I'll take a little bit more, but I want to give you a fairly realistic look, and I'm also going to mix the two together at the end, so putting a little bit on. I do think maybe I got that huge impact because I'd swatched it yesterday. Sometimes when you swatch, it does sort of leave a bit of residue powder on the surface, and you end up picking up twice the amount, because that's caught me out before. So that might be why that first swipe was so overpowering, because you just saw there my second swipe was nothing like as scary. So this is definitely a shade you can work with fair skin, look. Whether it's a shade that suits me, I'm not entirely convinced, if I'm honest. I love the soft red, if you've tried the soft red in this line. But this one is not quite as suited to my skin tone. Anyway, I'm not going to build it up anymore because I want to have a realistic look. But you could definitely really go to town with this, I think. If I just show you on the back of my hand how you could get quite a lot from this. So that's just one swipe. And then if I go over it again, it can be quite a deep colour. So there we have watermelon and soft peach. So now to balance the looks, I'm going to take a bit of watermelon on the top part of the cheek here. I'm going to just pat it on the top. Do you know what? I like it so much more with the peach. Now I like it. I didn't like it on its own. But with the peach, that is nice. Isn't it funny how your mind can just change completely when you introduce a peach? I do love a peach. I'm sure if you look how many times I've gone on about loving peach on this channel, well, it's probably in the thousands. So now back into soft peach for the other side. So I'm going to take that here. I don't know if it'll work quite as effectively to do this sort of duo colour because I've already got that pink here. I just want to make them a bit more balanced. So obviously this is not how I would choose to apply it. This side, I think now I've seen that, that's exactly how I'd choose to apply it. So I put my peach base down and then put that watermelon just on the top part of the cheek. Yeah, not quite as successful this side because it's going on top of pink, but it has softened it, so it works in that way as well because you can use it to go over a deep blush to soften it and give it a slightly peachier tint, which is what it's doing there. So that gives you another idea of how to use that peach. It's definitely one you can keep on your desk and use regularly, I think. But what I will do now, because I've built this up a lot to show you, it's too much at the moment, I'm going to go in with a finishing powder. I'll use my YSL, which I tend to use all the time lately. So this is the YSL 01, the All Hours, and I'm taking my Buffer Pro from Sonia G, and I'm now going to go around the edges, so soften the edges and just bring that colour down a little bit so it's a bit more suitable to my skin tone. You can also do this with the finishing powders in the Hourglass palette because they are brilliant for that. And I'm going to put some highlighter on, and a perfect highlighter has to be this new one from Chanel because it's a pinky peach highlighter, so it's the perfect, if you want to add colour. You might think that's a bit bonkers, but we are doing a Christmas look, so why not? Plus this is my favourite highlighter out of all of the things. Have I tried any of the highlighters so far in the Christmas releases? Don't know, I can't even remember, to be honest with you. This is my favourite highlighter I've tried in a very long time. Probably all year. I love it. So that has given me the pinky peach glow on top of the blush, matching that peach and watermelon pink. Love it. Love, love, love. So the blushes, absolutely 10 out of 10, as you've probably guessed, because this formula is the best. It really is. This is an unbeatable blush formula that I absolutely love. The peach is my favourite. The watermelon on its own, I wouldn't say so. I'd say colour-wise, for me, personally, on my skin tone, that's more of a sort of 6, 7 out of 10 even, but mixing it with the peach, straight to 10. The peach was obviously a 10, so combined together, absolutely stunning combination. Love them. So now onto the gloss, which I'm just going to try on its own and take off before I try the lipstick. So this is just one gloss in the collection. They didn't release any other shades, just this one. So this is a limited edition. This is £33, and this is, what's the shade? Mina Rosewood it's called. So here it is. It is the doe foot, quite a flat one. If you're familiar with the Gucci glosses, pretty much the same. We're just getting stars basically, and we're getting this gold top. So I'll just try this on my lips with nothing on my lips at all. It's got quite a strong, I don't know, chemically smell, which isn't great, but I know these glosses are really good. They're quite grippy glosses, quite thick, so they do really last. And on my lip colour, this is giving me almost a sheer finish. It's more of a clear gloss almost. Not much in the way of colour, and it's not glittery either. So it is just a gloss in that shade. So it's a very light pink gloss, which I don't think has any connection with this release at the moment because it doesn't go with what I'm wearing. I don't think. I think a look like this needs something more, but then it might work very nicely on top of the lipstick, which is how I personally use glosses. I very rarely wear them on their own. So I'll take it off now and we'll try the lipstick on, and at the end I'll put this on top. As I was taking that off then, I noticed a tingling sensations because it is that sort of plumping one, so that sort of prickly tingling sensation. So be aware of that if you get that gloss. That's where the chemical smell is coming from. I've taken this lid off, I shouldn't have done that. Just showing you the lipstick now. So there are two of these lipsticks. This one is the Valeria Rose, and it also comes in Janet Rust 505. I didn't pick that one up. I thought it was a little bit too dark and brown for me, but I actually really like the look of this shade. So the packaging on this I think is very pretty. Again, it's quite lightweight plastic. It's not very heavy, but obviously it looks very nice, and it's nice the way these things sort of match up, even though this one is more of a sort of pink than a red, I'd say. Anyway, let's get this one onto the lips. And this is £37, by the way. And it's made in Italy. It's quite a strong shade. It's a lovely shade actually. I'm going to take my brush with a bit more of the lipstick to use it as a sort of liner. Actually, I've got my Chikuhodo lip brush, which I never use, so I might try that one because that one's a bit better for lining. It's that sort of flat end. So I got this brush as part of the Z series with Chikuhodo, and I just forget all about it, but it is a good one for this. So for a matte, I'm not finding this particularly drying. It's not very hydrating either. I say it's somewhere in the middle. And that is the shade Fully Built Up. I can't build it up any more than that. I actually think that this is a lovely shade with this eye look and with this blush duo especially, but it goes with a peach. It goes with both actually, but especially the peach, I think. I really like it. It's a lovely shade to wear for autumn and winter. So it works as a sort of Christmas shade and it works as an autumn. I think it's actually really, really, really nice. I love that shade. I wasn't quite sure when I saw it online if it was going to work for me. I thought it looked a bit dark, but I think it does. I think it's really nice. And yeah, very comfortable actually. The more I'm wearing it, for a matte, it does feel very smooth, very flattering. Lovely formula actually. Very, very impressed with that one. Love it. So let's finish it off now with this gloss, if I can find it. I'm going to just put it straight on. I know it's going to mess the wand up, but so be it. So this has a really strong chemical smell. So let's see if I get that real burn that you can get. Because when it smells this chemically, it can have that real burning effect. So this is another one of these glosses where I don't see the point of them saying it's a colour, because I don't really think of it as a colour. It's added a beautiful top to my lips. No sensation coming from it yet, so maybe I'll let you know at the very end of this video, but I think that that has finished it off beautifully. I need that sort of hydration on top of lipstick, even when they're quite hydrating mattes. Always for me, I need that, but also I love the finish. And now I see the completed look with the both of the blushes and with the eye look, and I have to say I'm very happy with the finished look. I really am. I think this whole collection works beautifully together actually. It's amazing how things can win you over more the more they come together, just like with that watermelon blush. But certainly the eye look now, I feel it's really pulling together with everything else. I'm very, very happy. I really am. I think this is beautiful. I'm really impressed with everything. Like I said, I didn't feel there was a wow moment with the eyes, but now I'm seeing them all together. Maybe there is a little bit of a wow moment going on in my head because I think they work so nicely. Starting to feel a tingle now with the lips, by the way. I don't think I mentioned, by the way, that the blushes are made in Italy, but this is Gucci after all, and all of the best makeup is made in Italy. Thank you, Italy, because we would be lost without you. We really would. So the tingling hasn't got any worse, but I think what I'll do is I'll pop a comment below if it gets worse. So if there's no comment below right now, it didn't change at all. So hopefully, but it's not, normally it would kick in by now. So it's a tiny, tiny little tingle at the beginning. That's all I've got. And is it plumping my lips? I never think these things plump my lips. I think it's more the way it looks gives the plumping effect rather than what it does. I know sometimes they really burn the lips and that brings the blood to the surface and gives you that sort of 10-minute rush of plumping, which is pointless in my opinion because it's gone in 10 minutes. But anyway, it's a nice gloss. I think that's probably the thing that's underwhelmed me in this collection, isn't it? The gloss. I think it's pretty, and if you like a topper and you need a topper and you want to complete the collection, absolutely, why not? Gucci have beautiful formulas. I've always enjoyed them. So it's a nice topper gloss, it really is. That's it though. If you've got plenty of them, you don't need this one. And the eyeshadow, as we've seen, nothing to really write home about when it comes to the colour story of this. Nothing massively special. You might be disappointed with the depth you're getting from this. And I didn't think you could work the three together, certainly not as a Christmas or winter look. But for a subtle, elegant look, I think it's very nice. And now, as I've just said, with the complete look, I think it is lovely all together. The blushes, well, you know how I feel about Gucci blushes by now. Absolutely love, love, love. Cannot recommend them more. Go on the Gucci website and look through all of the shades, and if you find a shade you like, honestly, it doesn't have to be the Christmas ones. You will not be disappointed if you pick up a Gucci blush, trust me. And then the lipstick, I think it's beautiful. One of the nicest shades I've actually tried on in this whole autumn, fall and Christmas release period. I think it's beautiful, I really do. That's going to be one of my regulars. It's going straight over here with a couple of regulars I've got sitting here, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. So yeah, really like it. I can't say anything bad about this whole release. I love the packaging, I love the colours, I love the formulas, I love the finish, I love the ease of application. So 10 out of 10 Gucci. What do you think? Do you like this? Is this one you'd like to pick up, or are you done with your holiday purchases? Have you chosen yours already? It's difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes things sell out and you feel I've got to grab it now, and then there's a new release and you think, oh well, my budget's spent now, I shouldn't really get another one. I wish in a way they'd all launch on one day, but it'd be nice if they gave us time to get these videos ready, because I have to buy them too, and I can't buy them all in one day and get a video out in one day for you. But from your point of view, it's very difficult. If you've already bought something, you probably don't want to buy anything else. But if you're still waiting, still deciding, this should definitely be in with the chance of being bought, because I think it is lovely. A really, really nice collection, but also a very nice gift. So if you know anyone who enjoys Gucci or enjoys these sorts of shades, they will not be unhappy. I really don't think they will. So anyway, that's it from me for today. I hope you find this helpful. I don't think the holiday release videos are over yet. Everyone keeps saying, oh, have you got another one? Have you got another one? But yeah, I think I've got Clé de Peau, I've got the eyeshadow and the highlighter. It's taken a long time to come here to the UK. I've also got the Lancome eyeshadow palette on the way. I've got, what else? I can't even remember, there's so many of them. The Givenchy, I've got the Givenchy eyeshadow and one of the lipsticks. And what did the Byredo eyeshadow palette. So Not massive collections, I think we're done with those, but we do, apart from Clé de Peau obviously, which is going to be a late one for me, but the rest are going to be in more small pieces. So I might film a few shorts and put them all together in one, I'm not entirely sure, but the holiday release videos are still going, but I think I might take a couple of days off. I've just done 5-6 days straight of holiday videos, so let's have a little break, and I hope that they've been helpful. And I really enjoyed them, I really do enjoy them. It's just been a little bit crazy in this house right now with all these releases. Anyway, now it's time to start enjoying them and using them and creating looks with them. That's the real fun part, isn't it? Let's face it. So I hope if you have enjoyed it, you do like and subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so very, very much. You know you mean the world to me, you really do. And I hope to see all of you for my next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.